Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon. Welcome back to Behold God's Word. My name is John Dunn, and today we're continuing our conversation in Galatians. If you didn't see the first video, I'll go ahead and link it in this video below. Feel free to check that out. We talk about the first part of Galatians, the chapter 1, verse 6 through 9. Here we're continuing, and we're going to go down to verse 11, and it says, "For I would have you know, brothers, that the gospel that was preached by me is not man's gospel. For I did not receive it from any man, nor was I taught it, but I received it through a revelation of Jesus Christ." So Paul is saying that what he gave the Galatians originally was not from man, but it was from Jesus Christ. When Jesus blinded Paul, he then revealed to Paul everything that Paul was going to go through and what Paul was going to do, and we find that in the book of Acts. But so Paul realized, and when Paul got blinded, and then Jesus spoke to him, if you go back to the verse, you remember he say, "Who are you, Lord?" He immediately recognized that it was somebody of divine authority, and so that's from that. So, and then he goes on, verse 13 and through 14, both those verses, he goes on to tell a little bit of his testimony. It's like, "For you have heard of my former life in Judaism, how I persecuted the church of God violently and tried to destroy it. And I was advancing in Judaism beyond many of my own age among my people. So extremely zealous was I for the traditions of my father." So Paul's pointing out here that, yeah, he too was caught in the traditions and the laws and was actively trying to follow them and live the law up to the T. He was saying, I was doing that. But then he says, "But when he," God, "who had set me apart before I was born and who called me by his grace, was pleased to reveal his Son to me in order that I might preach him among the Gentiles, I did not immediately consult with anyone, nor did I